Imagine this: a world where every book you touch transforms your life, like a key unlocking doors you never knew existed. Sounds magical, right? But what if I told you such books exist? Today, we're diving into an extraordinary journey, summarizing 10 life-changing books, each offering a unique piece of the puzzle to personal development and fulfillment. Did you know that the average CEO reads 60 books a year, while the average person reads only 4? It's no coincidence that the most successful people are also voracious readers. But who has the time to read 60 books a year? That's where we come in, condensing decades of wisdom into a 15-minute powerhouse of transformation. Our adventure spans the secrets of habit formation, the magic of thinking small for big results, and the art of turning obstacles into stepping stones. We explore tales of financial wisdom, emotional resilience, and the pursuit of happiness in ways that challenge conventional thinking. From the deserts of Egypt with The Alchemist, to the concentration camps described in Man's Search for Meaning, we uncover life's profound lessons on purpose, perseverance, and inner peace. But here's a shocking fact: despite the wealth of knowledge available, 23% of adults haven't read a single book in the past year. In a world overflowing with information, we risk overlooking the timeless wisdom that can reshape our lives. That's why we're not just summarizing books. We're igniting a beacon for those who seek to live deeply, fully, and with purpose. As we unveil these summaries, remember, each chapter is a step towards understanding the complex tapestry of human existence. We're not just reading. We're embarking on a quest to discover the very essence of personal growth and success. So, are you ready to unlock the secrets that have propelled countless individuals to achieve their dreams? Let's turn the page on a new chapter of your life, starting now. Welcome to 10 life-changing books summarized in 15 minutes, your gateway to a world of wisdom, waiting just beneath the cover. Chapter 1, The Power of Habit, by Charles Duhigg, exploring the science of habit formation. Once upon a time, understanding habits seemed like a mystery. Enter The Power of Habit, by Charles Duhigg, a book that dives deep into the science behind our daily routines. Duhigg introduces us to the concept of the habit loop, a simple but powerful idea consisting of 3 elements: cue, routine, and reward. This loop is at the heart of why habits form and how they can be changed. Imagine you're biting your nails. That's your routine. But what triggers it? Maybe it's stress, the cue, and the relief you feel is the reward. Understanding this loop gives us the keys to modify any habit. Duhigg shares fascinating stories, from how major companies used habit loops to transform their business to how the civil rights movement used it to mobilize an entire community. But it's not just about changing habits. It's about understanding the role they play in our lives. Did you know that habits account for about 40% of our daily actions? That's right. So, the impact of tweaking just a few habits can be monumental. One of the most compelling parts of the book is the story of Paul O'Neill, who transformed Alcoa, an aluminum manufacturing giant, by focusing on one key habit: safety. This focus led to improved productivity, higher quality, and increased profits. It's a clear example of how focusing on the right habits can lead to widespread change. Duhigg also introduces the concept of keystone habits. These are habits that, once changed, can start a chain reaction, changing other habits in the process. For instance, families who eat dinner together often have children with better homework habits. It's fascinating how interconnected our habits are. Chapter 2, Atomic Habits, by James Clear. Small changes, remarkable results. Have you ever felt overwhelmed by the thought of making a big change? James Clear's Atomic Habits is here to tell you that you don't have to take giant leaps to see significant results. It's the small changes, the 1% improvements, that add up over time and transform your life. Clear starts with a simple but profound truth. We do not rise to the level of our goals. We fall to the level of our systems. What does this mean? It's not just about setting ambitious goals. It's about creating systems, small habits, that make reaching those goals inevitable. One of the book's most powerful concepts is the 4 laws of behavior change. These laws provide a framework for creating good habits and breaking bad ones. They are: make it obvious, make it attractive, make it easy, and make it satisfying. By applying these laws, you can design your environment and your life to foster good habits. Clear uses the story of British cycling to illustrate the power of marginal gains. By focusing on a 1% improvement in everything they did, the team went from mediocrity to winning the Tour de France and dominating Olympic cycling. This story is a testament to how small changes can lead to remarkable results. But Atomic Habits isn't just about success stories. Clear also delves into the science behind habits and why these small changes work. He talks about the importance of identity change. Changing your habits is about changing the story you tell yourself about yourself. You're not just trying to get in shape. You're becoming a person who values fitness and health. Clear provides practical strategies for habit formation, such as habit stacking, where you add a new habit onto an existing one. For example, if you already drink a cup of coffee every morning, try adding a habit of writing one sentence of your book right after you pour your coffee. It's about making it easy for the new habit to stick. Chapter 3, Mindset, The New Psychology of Success, by Carol S. Dweck. Fixed versus growth mindset. Ever wondered why some people achieve their potential while others who are just as talented don't? Carol S. Dweck's groundbreaking book, Mindset, The New Psychology of Success, provides a compelling answer. It all boils down to two types of mindsets, fixed and growth. People with a fixed mindset believe their abilities are set in stone. Think of someone who says, "I'm just not good at math." That's a classic fixed mindset. They see challenges as threats and avoid them to not fail or look dumb. On the flip side, individuals with a growth mindset believe their abilities can be developed through hard work, good strategies, and input from others. They embrace challenges, persist through obstacles, learn from criticism, and find lessons and inspiration in the success of others. This mindset fosters a love for learning and resilience. Dweck's research is packed with examples from education, sports, business, and relationships. One of the most striking stories is about students with different mindsets responding to failure. Students with a growth mindset were excited about the challenge and learned from it, while those with a fixed mindset were discouraged and gave up. This illustrates how mindset shapes our approach to facing difficulties. The book also delves into strategies for developing a growth mindset. For instance, praising effort and process rather than innate talent encourages a growth mindset. Dweck emphasizes the importance of the words we use on children and ourselves. Telling children they're smart may make them fear challenges, while praising their effort and strategies encourages them to continue developing their abilities. Chapter 4, The 4-Hour Workweek, by Timothy Ferriss. Escaping the 9-5, live anywhere, and join the new rich. In The 4-Hour Workweek, Timothy Ferriss introduces us to a revolutionary way of rethinking work and life. Ferriss challenges the traditional, deferred life plan, working hard all your life to enjoy retirement later, and instead proposes the concept of lifestyle design, where you create your dream life now, not when you're 65. Ferriss's approach is radical. He argues that by automating and outsourcing much of your work, you can free up time to live the life you want today. He introduces the DEAL formula: definition, elimination, automation, and liberation. This method is about defining what you want, eliminating unnecessary tasks, automating as much as possible, and liberating yourself from traditional expectations. One of the book's most compelling aspects is the focus on productivity and time management. Ferriss suggests the 80-20 rule, or Pareto principle, which states that 80% of results come from 20% of efforts. Identifying and focusing on those productive tasks can significantly increase efficiency. Moreover, Ferriss's advocacy for asking for forgiveness rather than permission is a bold encouragement to take calculated risks. The concept of mini-retirements is another fascinating idea. Why wait until the end of your career to travel or pursue passions? Ferriss argues for spreading these experiences throughout life, suggesting that time and mobility are more valuable than money in the new rich economy. The 4-Hour Workweek isn't just a book, it's a call to action. It challenges readers to rethink their priorities, work smarter, and design a life that aligns with their deepest desires. By the end of this chapter, you'll be itching to apply Ferriss's principles to your life, questioning the status quo, and dreaming of what your 4-hour workweek would look like. Whether it's travel, learning new skills, or spending more time with loved ones, Ferriss reminds us that with the right strategies, such dreams can become reality. Chapter 5, The Subtle Art of Not Giving AFCK, by Mark Manson. A counterintuitive approach to living a good life. In a world bombarded with messages about positive thinking, Mark Manson takes a refreshingly blunt approach with The Subtle Art of Not Giving AFCK. Manson argues that life's secret to happiness is to learn how to focus on what truly matters and let go of everything else. It's not about being indifferent but about being comfortable with being different. Manson shares the idea that we have a limited number of FCKs to give. So, we need to pay attention to where and how we allocate our attention and care. The key? Embrace your limitations, acknowledge your flaws, and start confronting the uncomfortable truths of life. He flips the script on what constitutes success and happiness. It's not the pursuit of a constant state of positivity that leads to a fulfilled life, but the ability to deal with life's inevitable problems. Manson illustrates this through his own experiences and those of historical figures and celebrities, showing how not giving AFCK has allowed them to lead deeper, more meaningful lives. One of the book's most compelling points is the backwards law, the idea that the more you pursue feeling better all the time, the less satisfied you become, as pursuing something only reinforces the fact that you lack it in the first place. Manson uses this to challenge the modern obsession with positive thinking, advocating instead for a more grounded and realistic approach to life. Manson doesn't just leave you with the idea of caring less about everything. He guides you on how to choose what's truly important to care about. It's a method for choosing your struggles, for recognizing that every pursuit comes with its set of problems. The secret is in choosing the problems you enjoy dealing with. Chapter 6: How to Win Friends and Influence People, by Dale Carnegie, The Timeless Art of Persuasion. Dale Carnegie's How to Win Friends and Influence People remains a cornerstone in the personal development genre, decades after its initial publication. Carnegie's principles of influence and human relations are not manipulative tactics but genuine approaches to building positive, lasting relationships. At the heart of Carnegie's teachings is the fundamental idea that you can change other people's behavior simply by changing your own. He emphasizes the importance of genuine appreciation, the magic of a simple smile, and the power of remembering someone's name. These are not just acts of courtesy but powerful tools of influence. Carnegie introduces timeless strategies such as the importance of listening over talking, the value of showing genuine interest in others, and the power of talking in terms of the other person's interests. He demonstrates through anecdotes and historical examples how these strategies have opened doors for countless individuals. One of the most impactful principles Carnegie discusses is the concept of avoiding criticism, condemnation, or complaint. He argues that criticism is futile because it puts a person on the defensive and usually makes them strive to justify themselves. Instead, Carnegie advocates for understanding, emphasizing that kindness and encouragement do much more to change opinions or behavior. Chapter 7: Thinking, Fast and Slow, by Daniel Kahneman, The Dual Process Model of the Mind. Daniel Kahneman's Thinking, Fast and Slow dives into the fascinating workings of the human mind, presenting the idea that we have two systems of thought. System 1 is fast, intuitive, and emotional. System 2 is slower, more deliberative, and more logical. Kahneman, a Nobel laureate in economics for his work in behavioral economics, uses this framework to explain the myriad ways in which our intuition, System 1, and our reasoning, System 2, affect our decisions, often leading us to biases and errors in judgment. One of the book's key insights is how our System 1 automatically generates impressions and feelings that are the main sources of the explicit beliefs and deliberate choices of System 2. This relationship explains why we can sometimes be swayed by our emotions in making decisions that we later rationalize with logic. Kahneman introduces several compelling concepts, such as the peak end rule, which suggests that people judge an experience largely based on how they felt at its peak, i.e., its most intense point, and at its end, rather than the total sum or average of every moment of the experience. This concept has profound implications for understanding how we remember past events and make decisions about future events. The book also explores the availability heuristic, a mental shortcut that occurs when people make judgments about the probability of events based on how easy it is to think of examples. This can lead to a skewed perception of reality, where more memorable events are seen as more frequent or probable than they really are. Kahneman's work is not just theoretical. It has practical applications in understanding how and why people make errors in judgment in everything from financial investments to planning projects. He discusses the concept of planning fallacy, the tendency to underestimate the time, costs, and risks of future actions and overestimate the benefits.